to day 2 of Bums and Seats Mastermind, month 2, day 2, if you like. Has everyone had a good month?
Yes.
Busy month? Yeah. I know James wrote a book.
Yeah, just.
And how far are you? Are you still going through the editing?
I'm still going through the editing because this last month I've been busy doing the venue. Did a course to present myself to do my talk, finished that course, written my talk,
right.
Done lots of media releases, done a lot of other stuff. So I've been working on everything, but not. So I've set aside some days where I'm just gonna. That's locked in.
Yeah. Awesome. And we know Andrea moved house, so that was a big task. Only in the last 3 or 4 days, literally. So that was a big one. Anna, what's been happening?
I went on holidays. I actually did, but because it was already pre-planned. But no, lots of things going on because for me it's all the start of everything. So it's implementing, like even just the simple thing of getting a my insurance, just things like that.
Indemnity and liability.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
And so yes, I've done obviously the venue. Went, facing a few of my own things and getting out and going to some meetups and going to, I went to one this week and I did it on purpose. I wanted to go to those speed ones. And more about me talking constantly and saying what I have to say, just practicing it, which has been really worthwhile. So I have done things, but I feel like I've also procrastinated or taken too long because it's all new, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But I certainly have achieved things.
Yeah, cool. Well, we'll go through the correct accountability on the other things that we did in a minute. But this month is obviously all about getting you guys ready to execute this event that you have got scheduled. And the format, I'll just go through briefly. We're just going to do the same thing as last time. We're going to go for an hour and a half, have our 15-20 minute morning tea. We'll stop the live stream and start it again. Robin, by all means, if you do have questions or any comments, you're welcome to use the chat box today because we can manage it. I can check it every sort of 10 or so minutes and get you interacting as well. Tim's unfortunately not going to be here also today, but Stuart will update us as to what the situation is. And then we'll go upstairs again in the second half. I think it'll get hot again because it's been really, really hot. And we've got all of that sort of stuff for you. Robin as well, if you're listening, of course you are, you have got the PowerPoint presentation in the Bums and Seats Dropbox for today. So for whatever you're looking at on whatever we're looking at on the screen now, maybe have that in another window that you've opened up. So so that way you're following, and obviously if we're doing anything on here, you can see it as well. Okay. So, accountability. Alright, action towards or involving others that reflect the integrity of the person you want to be. Apparently that is the correct definition. So what I want to do in terms of the accountability, I mean obviously you all told me a little bit about what you have been doing over the last month, but I want to get more specific around the things that we actually set, those 7 things that we outlined the homework last month. So do you remember what they were?
I do.
Yes?
Yeah.
So speaker bio, sexy copy,
book the venue, book the date.
Yes. The table of value.
Yes.
Yes. Setting up the event on Facebook. All of those things. Okay. So let's start with James because he said the least before. So tell me what happened, like maybe even give us a bit of a timeline of how the month unfolded, because I'd like to see and maybe give you some feedback for all of you in terms of
Okay, so I've got the venue booked. I had to organise insurance as well for that, and I've just ordered a projector for the venue.
Oh yeah.
So that
from eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So projector. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's done. I did the sexy copy.
Yeah.
I've advertised it on Facebook. Done the Eventbrite.
Yep.
So that's all done. I'm still promoting it and pushing out and spoke about it a little bit at BNI.
Yep. I know Stuart changed your title a little bit.
Yes, he suggested a new title, so I changed that.
Yep.
And the sexy copy was changed slightly as well, just to be a little bit more
attractive or?
Yeah, it was. Well, I'd written something, and my wife read through it, and she said, "Well, that's not quite true, is it?" I'd exaggerated slightly, so we brought it back in to make it make it fit properly.
And have we got any tickets booked?
No, I got several people saying they're coming.
Yep.
I think there's 10 people said they were coming.
Yes.
Wow.
On the Facebook
on
event.
the Facebook event.
Yeah.
And
You've got to follow them up.
And I think 11 are interested.
Okay.
But no one's bought any yet. I did put another post on Facebook saying, "Look, guys, there's great interest in this. Book your ticket now to reserve your seat."
Yeah.
And everyone's liked it, but no one's bought a ticket.
People are funny.
So now you're going to inbox them.
So now I'll inbox them
Don't
individually.
just put it up on
Yeah.
the wall. You've got to inbox them and say, you know, you've clicked interested. Have you worked out if you're coming or not? Because there is limited room in the venue, and here's the link, and just let me know so you know as well.
Yeah.
So networking. Did you create also a little flyer, maybe to hand out?
I haven't. That's something I'm going to do
Mm-hmm.
next week, because a colleague of mine on BNI is pushing out to his email list.
Yes.
So hopefully I might get something from that. His email list is huge.
Yeah.
So he's happy to do that for free.
Good. Yeah.
And he said he'll come as well, but he hasn't bought a ticket.
Yeah. What did you price it at?
I think it was 37 or 39.
37 for how long?
Right up until about 1 o'clock on the day.
No, how long is the workshop? 9 to 1?
2:30 till 4. So it's an hour and a half.
An hour and a half is the workshop. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit of time beforehand, and there's like half an hour networking and chatting afterwards before I have to clear up and get out. So I've got half an hour set up and set down at either end.
Okay, good.
So I've got it for 3 hours.
Yeah.
The actual venue.
And what day is yours on?
The 9th.
Is that a what
Wednesday.
day? Oh, it's a Wednesday. Okay.
Wednesday
That's a
night.
good day. Yeah. Okay.
So
So
I've still got a little more to promote it and get it out there.
definitely I would be creating a flyer, and wherever you're going in whatever group, at least some people have something tangible to see with you know, if the sexy copy is quite long, if you can fit it onto an A5 size, that's what I would do, so that you can give it to people. But more give it to people because you've spoken to them about it. Don't just hand it out willy-nilly. Also doing the ticket specials, running that.
There's an early bird.
There's an early bird, but also making people aware of it. It's expiring, or doing like today we're doing a 24-hour sale, buy one get one free. Posting those kind of things on groups, in Facebook groups. Yeah.
So how do you tweak that Eventbrite though?
Sorry, let me just turn that off. How do you tweak it in Eventbrite?
Because you put the set ticket thing in. Is that what you're meaning?
You can do multiple tickets. So I've done one
You
ticket
can-
as general, and I've done another ticket as an early bird. And the
Right.
early bird is timed. So
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and in Eventbrite you can set up an extra ticket, and you can say when it starts and when it finishes.
Right. You
So
can
if it's
schedule it.
yes, so
Right,
it's like a
okay.
24-hour sale that'll exist like a buy one get one free.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, I'll go back and look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so many different variations you can do in your tickets on Eventbrite. I have started now setting up my event on sticky tickets and try
Yeah, I saw
booking
that.
as well. So I'm
What's
just,
the difference?
there's no difference. I'm just kind of putting my event out there, the 2-day masterclass, into as many spots as possible on the internet. And if
Yeah.
people are looking for events, if they find it somewhere and they're interested, then it's got a footprint in multiple places where people can buy tickets. I just thought I'd give it a go, and then I've said to my VA, hey, every time we do an event, put it up on all these platforms, because it's really cut and paste than just the admin stuff of setting it up that takes time. Yeah. More promotion.
yes.
You did alright setting it up in the time that you had and all that sort of stuff, but way more promotion, like in terms of so let me give you the situation of UBS tonight. We had no one on Monday. Okay, we had no one booked in, and we said, okay, what the hell, you know, because Jane says she's been sending out emails and all that sort of stuff, and I go, okay, well, we've got to do something. So, you know, new people coming in for $5, tickets and all that, and I think we're up to 15 now. But we scrambled. I did videos. on my group, on other groups. I did a live stream where I then at the end invited people to come along. So I started bringing a lot more awareness that this was happening this Thursday. Now it's not going to be our biggest event ever, but it's not going to look silly as well. And we might have also late bookings. Like, when did you book a ticket?
Well, do you know what? It's funny because Jane sent me a message.
Yes.
And I went, I could swear I booked that as soon as it came out.
Yeah.
But I actually just said exactly what I was thinking to her. Oh, I think I've already booked it. And then I went looking for my ticket. I went, oh, something's gone astray. So I rebooked it. I think, and I said to her, and this is what maybe other people have done or not, I don't know. I saw it originally, thought I'd book it, and then I saw that special thing, and I went, okay, so I must have just put it on the back burner, and then thought I had done it.
Yeah.
So, so I thought I had booked it. So it was, in my mind, I'd booked it, unless if she hadn't sent me that message, I was rolling up thinking I had a ticket.
Yeah, and that's okay, though, you guys would have, sorted it out. But the sequences, like, I didn't receive the sequences of emails, for example, and I don't know why. She goes, oh, not many people are opening the emails, or we go, I don't know what's going on, but I didn't get one.
She sent a few things through because I have received them, and I think, oh yeah, I've already booked mine. Each time I've gone, oh, I've already booked mine.
Yeah, but you never give up. Well, my point is, you never give up till the very end, and that's part of what I will be talking about today. The thing is, you have to scramble, like whatever you possibly can. Now that I networked on last night and the day before I went out networking, I picked up 3 or 4 people just from that. Hey, this is happening on Thursday night in the Richmond Library, if you want to come along. And even if they had, if I had to say to them, I'll pay at the door, it's $5 or whatever, they rock up, if they don't. Of course, there's no commitment there, but yeah, you never give up. Never give up.
Would you have tickets on the door?
You can, absolutely. Yeah. Why wouldn't you? You just take anyone. You want more people in the room, so if someone couldn't book properly through the PayPal link, she kept getting a cookies thing, and I said, all right, well, just come in, or I could have given her my bank account to do a direct deposit, but because it was $5, I just said, come on guys, just rock up. Yeah. All right, Andrea?
Okay, yeah, so been distracted, moving house, packing, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I did everything except for the table of values. I just realised I didn't do that.
Okay.
So that's one thing I just written down, I haven't done. But sexy copy and bio, so I've sent my bio to Nick to print it up for me.
Yep.
So that's all been done. So the event is up live on Eventbrite. Venues booked. I just got to double check because I know I got personal indemnity insurance through my personal training business, so I'm pretty sure they can apply to this. So
sure, you just might need to add this.
I've just got to double. I've written down to check that through that.
Yeah.
So the venue's booked. It's up there. I did a promotion on Facebook yesterday, but I haven't done the Facebook event, so I just written that I have to do that Facebook event.
Yep.
But no,
and even post an event up in your group. So don't just post it under your personal profile, but also in your group. That's where I posted the masterclass in 2 spots. Yeah.
So sorry, could you just repeat that because I was thinking something else. What did you say? Post
an event up. You know how you post the event in your private personal profile on Facebook. If you have a group, it's good. The group also has events.
Yeah.
And you would post it up on there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if people are following you through the group, then it may not necessarily be your friends.
Yeah.
And then invite as many people as you possibly can, whatever Facebook allows you to do.
Yeah, and I put it onto another group yesterday. I did that too. No one's booked as of yet, so.
Yeah, but yeah, you just literally have to almost do 10 things, so for people can find out, do a live stream towards the end of the live stream, talk about it, all of that sort of stuff that. Just in different ways to contact people. Stuart wrote a post on LinkedIn yesterday about, what was it about? How to network the right way or something?
So it was just a subtle way I wanted to just, again, because we want to teach you guys all the different methods. So we've done this now, the 3rd time we've done it for an event. So I write a evaluating blog to people, share a lot of cool, interesting stuff for people about networking. Seed them to why they need to be. So for you guys, it would be seeding why you need to go to an event, what it will do for you, what it will give you, a little bit of a story, so when that started, what it was like, how hard it was, and all of that. And then right at the end, it's just, by the way, I've been asked to deliver a talk on Dong 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 at a networking event. So then,
But we also said that was our group and how we started.
Absolutely, that's what
So
I mean.
we
So there was
actually-
your story through it.
There was a lot of valuable information, and only the
Top 5 networking tips as well for people, for newbies and everything, what you should be looking at. And then people read through it, so it was got a lot of traction yesterday.
Yeah, it had like, because we shared it on
And then I
Facebook
share it
as
on
well.
Facebook, yeah. So you're collecting two different spots. So you get it from LinkedIn, and it goes to everyone on LinkedIn, and then it will go to people on Facebook too.
Yeah, yeah. And so the call to action was at the bottom. So yeah, it had quite a lot of people saying that's an awesome post and all this sort of stuff. And then obviously at the bottom, our call to action is always there. Those posts on LinkedIn are really good to do once a week.
Okay.
Once a week, and then have the the subtle call
You
to
can
action. at the end.
multi-use it, then you can put that up as a blog
As
on
a
your
blog
website
on your
as
website.
well.
Have you seen what they look like?
Going to bring it up.
I'll bring it up.
Yeah, because at one point Google actually penalised you for publishing the same article across the various platforms.
Yeah, so what you do is you change it a bit, even if you...
But now they don't.
They don't, but even if what I would normally do is I'd then maybe change, I don't know, 20% of it, just a little bit. That's what we were, when we were writing articles for all different, so if you get an exclusive article at somewhere,
Here it is.
as long as you change it 20%, you can actually do it, submit it to someone else. You just change it enough.
So this was the LinkedIn, and look, we've had like 18 likes and quite a few comments. And if we click through,
That was a blog, was it?
yeah, so a post, like writing a post in LinkedIn, so you can attach attach a photo of it.
Yeah.
It's 137, so it's grown to 5 extra likes, and the valuable information. So he's written
Okay.
quite a bit, and then grab your ticket here for
Okay.
ultimate business support. Yeah. Makes sense? So you can post that up on other areas as well. Alright, let's turn that off.
So all of these, everything that we're doing here and that we're teaching you guys, it all will have a snowball effect. So if you don't have these one things to start with, you're not getting seen, therefore no one's going to book your event because no one knows who you are. So roll it back the other way, get known, get seen, create a following, get people looking forward to your blogs, then you can promote within them. So it really is, it's just, you just got to work out, yes, it might be painful at the start putting all these different things out there, but it is so important because then people start to, for a LinkedIn post, and we haven't been doing these that regularly, which I'm now committed to do. For 137 people to view that article, that's a lot on LinkedIn. LinkedIn doesn't have that much. So because now they're coming out regularly, people are starting to know. So when they do get a notification Natasha Denman's posted Dong Dong Dong, they're a lot more interested in looking at it.
Yeah.
Yes,
And also,
You get them used to.
I think also in LinkedIn, if you post regularly through that post, it also promotes it automatically.
In different spots, not just to the people that you're connected with. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, see, I've got a LinkedIn profile, but I haven't done much with it, so I think
95% of people,
Yeah,
so don't be harsh on yourself, 95% of people
So
know.
maybe can someone start a homework list? Stuart,
Yep.
I'll give you a piece of paper. So
I changed my cover picture though last week.
Good.
So I had to do one.
So really work on your LinkedIn profile and make it one post a week. That's homework on LinkedIn. Do you have who's got a spare pen for Stuart?
Yeah.
If not, I've got something in the drawer.
Yeah.
I'll have you guys.
So just repeat that LinkedIn thing, write one post per
Write one post per week and
It's all right.
attach a photo to it, and obviously look at your profile in a lot of detail. If you want Stuart to check through it, see if anything's missing or something can be better, then we can do that as well.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Yeah, mine's got nothing in it.
Yeah.
So it's got a really.
And the background photo, you know how I've got different books, like a tiled books picture.
I looked at yours and
Create-
what's that done? I go, right, what can I do?
Create one like that. Nick will create it, I think, for $5-10
I haven't got the
US.
mix. Details yet, so I have to do that.
Because this is also a place, LinkedIn is going to be a place to be able to make connections with strategic alliances.
And then just quickly, as we found out at the retreat we just ran, Nick's a boy. Everyone thinks Nick's a girl.
I was
Nicola.
assuming it was a boy.
Okay, you're right. I just thought
you
we'd...
should never assume, should you? Because you don't know.
Because it's spelled with an LA.
And that was saying,
Nikolai.
okay,
Nikolai, isn't it?
yeah, and that was saying, he's doing this, and like everyone's going, he?
Yeah.
Isn't Nick a she?
Oh, I actually checked his Facebook thing.
Yeah, I would have looked at his picture too.
Cool. You didn't finish. We didn't let you finish. We went off on that.
Yeah, I don't know what else to add.
So no one's booked in yet.
No.
Okay. So today, we're going to go through this again, but really a lot of your time needs to be spent working out where you're going to find these people, and the last resort is picking up the phone and ringing.
Yeah.
Picking up the phone and going, hey, how you going? What's new? Did you know I have this event coming up? I think that would be valuable. Would you like to come along, or do you have someone that you know would benefit from this? And even giving them some special deal on the phone for them to come along. If you want to come along, bring a buddy for free. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like the months have been a bit of a blur, so I'm ready to get back on track again now.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, what have I done? I've pretty much done everything on the list except for the Zero to Hero. I didn't even look at it. I mean, okay, that can wait.
That can wait till this month because it's really to go into the presentation. Yeah.
So, I was venues booked and I
what did you
checked
end up calling it? The fear one?
I did the fear one.
Yeah.
What is it? Beyond Fear in 3 Easy Steps.
Yep.
Okay. And what was I going to say? So I checked out the venue. It's got pretty much everything. I've started writing it. I have gone out and done a little bit of networking. I wrote my elevator speech to help me. And that was really, as I was saying to Nat before, it was really about me saying it over and over again, getting a bit of clarity and being comfortable with saying whatever I had to say. What else have I done? I did put it on Facebook. I did invite some people. I've talked to some friends. I've had it down. I haven't done it. So what I need to do is contact clients, and I've got something ready as a promo so that they could have, like bring a friend and get, 2 for 1 pretty much.
Yeah.
And I've got a list of things I need to do because I haven't done enough promotions.
Yes.
And I think that's where I need to go.
So that's where your biggest downfall has been for all of you.
Yeah,
when we
absolutely.
said promote is 80% and you don't look at anything, you don't look at checklists, you don't look at PowerPoints, you don't look at anything. All it is about now getting. So now we're in the last 10 days to 2 weeks. Whose is the earliest? Is anyone earlier than the 9th?
I'm on the 16th.
I'm actually on the 9th as well because that's what they had available. So, I changed it.
So you're 25th,
Just
So
Tuesday.
2 weeks.
9 and 8, 7 to...
It's
No,
about
how many
15
days left in this month? 4.
29.
Today's
4 and 8 is 11 days to go.
11.
Yeah, 11. So this is now the
Yeah, yeah.
hottest time for people to commit to this. Certainly you can get people committing earlier, attracting them with an early bird or whatever it is, the bonuses. This is why we create the urgency around having a 24-hour special or...
Can I ask a question? And this was something I was wondering when I put it up on Eventbrite, is because it asks you how many, and I know that I'm going to have a small group in that, and I was thinking, well, if no one actually books through Eventbrite and they come straight to you, no one's booked through it, one's booked, and they see the 15, how exciting is that for them to see it's still there? Do you know? So is it good?
There's an area that you can click that doesn't show shot.
Because I didn't want to show it, and I was going,
there's a setting not to show how many
because
tickets
I just
are left.
thought it might be best, you can say it's urgent, but they don't need to know how many tickets
Yeah.
are left.
We'll have a look in the afternoon session. We'll
You don't have to show.
We'll look through everybody's events, see what it's like, what we can recommend as well, what it's up there. So that's what we'll do in the afternoon.
So that was my question.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. All right, Anita.
Okay, so I did everything other than the table of values, and I haven't done enough promotion either. But I've bought the projector, written my talk, completed a course.
So did all the preparation.
Yeah. I've done a lot of networking. A lot of networking. I've created a flyer. I've tried to distribute it in different places, but there's so much politics about things that it's hard to actually get it out there, which has kind of thrown me. So I'm trying to think of where else I can put the flyer.
What did you end up calling it in the end? The event?
Shine the Light Lessons from DV about protecting our children.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Where are you hosting? Where are you?
At the Mount Waverley Youth Centre.
Yeah. And you trying to attract people who have had this experience or the experts?
No, just anyone that wants to protect the children, because I thought women don't tend to want to come to DV events, you know, it's too much stigma and everything, but everyone wants to protect their children. So I've just been talking about it in the context of the things that happen in DV are relevant to everyone, about boundaries, anger, power, all those things. So yeah, I've just been.
Have you spoken to some schools where they've got the parents committees and things like that?
When I was
local
driving here, I was
schools?
thinking I need to contact schools.
It was a long drive that made you think. So what else are you going to do? So definitely, so the ones that have got the parent committees and the things like that, that could be a way that you might be able to ask for, get a contact there, because they're always that sort of a group that would be keen on that. No point just going to the school because a kid and giving it to the kids won't do anything with it. But yeah, the committees and things like that at the school, local mothers groups, you've probably already thought of this.
Oh
but
yeah,
maternal.
child.
Yeah, I rang them and they won't put it up because they don't know what I'm offering, so that that's too risky for them.
Sure.
Yeah, Anita, I'm still working in schools because I've been doing some work in schools now, even though I'm out. And so I'm happy to, because I hadn't thought of that. But if you want to give me something, and I can
I've got
check
flyers
out
in
what they
my
would
bag.
do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So with the table of value, we were just thinking, what it would be. That's why you probably haven't done it. Like in terms of the table of value.
Oh,
Yeah,
I haven't done it just because I've been doing so many other things around the networking and the flyer and the
Yeah. So a lot of you have done preparation things, which
One other thing I did, sorry to interrupt, is the postcard. I did a postcard only because, it's like a flyer, but it's a postcard. Because a friend of mine had said to me, do you have anything to hand out? And I hadn't considered it.
yes.
So then I got my daughter to quickly do it for me and just
You
printed
printed
one off and just brought some to her, put some at the library that I'm actually doing it.
Good.
And so not much, but
So that's your little flyer really that you can give
it
to
is.
people.
I actually got a copy
Yes.
just to, and there was an error in it, but it doesn't matter. It's pretty much.
Show me.
that looks nice.
Cool. This is what Anna created, postcard for her event.
I probably could do more and fix it up a little bit.
Yeah,
but
so you've
it
got
was
the
really
60
fast.
questions at the top.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay.
I pretty much just cut and paste,
Yeah.
but then
yeah,
had to squeeze to sort of get certain things in.
Yeah.
And then my time was a mistake, but that's fine.
You might want to put how much is it valued
I
at.
thought, I realised that after it was done.
Yeah.
I went, oh, I should have put how much it is.
Yeah, how much it's valued at and what the investment is.
Yeah.
Your investment is this much, and then obviously you've got the ticket
So you suggested
I never
writing
wrote,
value at
valued at.
I never
the workshop,
Yeah.
value at,
Yeah, like
Okay.
if it's valued at $297,
Even on
tickets at
Eventbrite, do
$37.
that?
You can in a copy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what's going to cost them?
Just a little bit of the formatting just needs to be improved because of
yeah.
the what you will learn or you will walk away from, and then maybe 1, 2, 3 because they go.
No,
all
it
one-
just didn't fit.
Didn't
Although
fit,
it wasn't
yeah.
like that up there,
Mm.
and it was done really fast.
Mm.
It's like,
No, that's okay. Well, it's better than
So-
nothing.
Yeah.
Melbourne, Victoria.
So in terms of valued at, I don't know what to put valued at because I put it, it's $49.
Yep.
But then it goes up with, which I didn't realise, with, yeah,
How long's it?
2 hours. I
2
think I
hours.
put it
If
for.
someone was to pay you to come and consult with them, how much would you charge them an hour?
200 an hour.
200 an hour, so
So-
$400.
Yeah.
$397. There you go.
$397.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, put that on, and if you can, guys, if you can do a little bonus with a ticket, then that also entices people. This is why I always give like my
Right,
book
yeah,
with the
yeah.
tickets.
So I don't know what
Yeah.
bonus. I like time. It could be time. Or
It can be time. It can be something that you give people, like a journal.
Yeah,
when
I've
they
actually
arrive.
got the journal and I've got the book Feel the Fear.
Yeah,
So it could be something like that. I started making my packs.
good.
That's something else I do. Yeah.
There's plenty of things you can do. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so
So you
promotions.
I haven't done anything of this, but packs as in for my, you know, when we did like 3 months, 4 months, whatever you're
After the
offering.
table
Yeah,
value.
But I'm actually going to I'm going to put something for them, but not going to be too big.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's go. So remember our Vinsos?
Yeah.
So we're here and we're following through. We're not cancelling or delaying an event. And so far you guys have stayed strong. So I have no issues. You know, we don't have to say this out every time, but unless you want to. But again, you need to be energetically. I'll just remind you of this. You need to be energetically open to want to have people book into your workshop. If you're scared and you're sitting there going, "Oh, I hope it just no one turns or no one books, so I don't have to do it. I still won't cancel or delay it."
It's interesting you say that, because initially my fear was, because when I started talking to people, to my friends and so, oh yeah, I've got lots of it. So I go, oh my God, I don't know. And now I'm thinking, oh my God, now no one's going to come. So it went from one to the other, and now it's like, okay, who am I getting? I want people to come.
Good. And always follow up, okay? Because people are going to click going, people are going to say, yes, I'm interested in an event. But the thing is, if you've met someone now at an event like tonight, for example, Tuesday night as an example, I went to the Entrepreneur Club, over 100 people in attendance, a really big time person as a speaker. I was told, hey, connect with the leaders of that group. You know, you never know, you might one day get a speaking gig there as well. So I thought, all right, I'm going to go along. But because my time's also valuable, usually I would have to turn up to events multiple times. But I was there in the night, and I met, the wife was at the rego desk, and the husband was in the, you know, handling the speaker and all that sort of stuff. And I thought, I need to meet one of them, right? And I go, how am I going to meet them amongst over 100 people there? Like, they're busy and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so the event finished, the speaker finished, and one of my friends who I saw there said, I'll introduce you to her husband. But then it was kind of awkward. I said, oh, he's busy with the speaker and all this sort of stuff. I said, don't worry about it. It's a bit awkward. I said, I'll work it out. And as I was walking towards the door, the wife was talking to a couple of people, I don't know, chit-chatting, small talk. And I just stood there and waited. And I felt so awkward because it's a new place. I don't know too many people, but I wanted to introduce myself. And I waited and waited for about 2 or 3 minutes, and she could see I'm waiting on the side. And anyway, they finished and they left, and I said, hi, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Natasha Dinman. Someone recommended me to come to this event. You guys did a great job. You know, obviously gave them a lot of wonderful feedback, and it was deserved. It wasn't like I wasn't trying to be sucky. You know, I said he was great and all this sort of stuff. Someone connected us, but maybe you probably don't remember. You know, I run a business, Ultimate 48-Hour Author, and then she got interested in what I was doing. And they haven't had kids yet, and then I said, oh, similar to Scott, I've got 3 kids under 7, he's got 4, under 8. And I said, and she goes, oh my God, my husband doesn't want to hear the B word, but I'd like to have a baby because he thinks everything will go off kilter in terms of the business, you know, and all this sort of stuff. I said, oh no, you know, my husband and I run our business together as well. Oh my God, I need so many of your tips, you know, all this sort of stuff. Anyway, so I said, connect with me on social and stuff. We'll stay in touch. And she goes, let's go she initiated a coffee straight away. And I said, okay, so when I got home, I wasn't going to wait for her. So she asked for my business card. I wasn't going to wait for her to then ring me. I looked her up on Facebook, I friended her, sent her an inbox message again saying it was lovely to meet you, all of this sort of stuff, you know, looking forward to coming to another event in the future, whatever it is. I didn't mention anything about the coffee. Well, last night she responded back. So this is only 2 nights. Like this is, I was there Tuesday. A friend had sent a message yesterday, Wednesday night I had a message back from her. Let's go out for this coffee. Where are we going? What date? And then I said, well, do you want to do a 4-way or do you want to just do it us 2 and all this sort of stuff? So my whole intention is to build a relationship. Well, what's going to eventuate? Well, may not eventuate straight away. But can you see how rapid that follow-up system was?
Yeah.
Very rapid. And I said, I proudly rang Stuart as I was driving back. I said, I went there for one reason. It was to meet the leaders of this meetup. And I said, and I felt so awkward and I'm out of my comfort zone standing there, you know. Usually I'm now used to people knowing me and being kind of known, and I just felt like a duck out of water. Is that the
Fish
saying?
out of water.
Yeah.
Fish out of water, duck out of water. They're right.
Bit wobbly, but they're okay.
She's done another one.
No, That's another one, huh? You're gonna start the list of those funny sayings that
Is this
are
like a Natasha-ism?
Yeah, because the Macedonian doesn't translate these old
What is it?
old sayings.
What are you gonna say? I'm making the bacon. I'm making the
Out
bacon.
making the bacon.
Anyway, so yeah, and I did it, and I said I'm so proud of myself that I actually waited in the most awkward situation, like, you know. But just, and you can use the same. It's not an actual tough thing to say. Like, you kind of, I just want to introduce myself.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is who I am. Yeah. Or when I was sitting next to my friend, I said, "Do you reckon you can introduce me? Because I don't want to." It's really awkward going up to someone, but I anyway had to do that.
But
Yeah.
when you start talking about looking at people of influence, I don't actually, I get lost. I don't even know who I'm looking for at the moment. So just getting people
So the leaders
on
of
my radar.
leaders of events.
Yeah, okay.
You know, other speakers at other
Yeah.
events. If I had the opportunity to go up to Scott Harris and introduce myself, I would have. But he was just flogged with, flooded with like 10 or 15 people waiting to talk to him after the talk. So yeah, in those situations.
I was thinking of you when I went to the event the other night.
Right.
Because you always said, like exactly what you just said, now follow up. So they got us to, transcript, switch cards, and it was a really structured session. And I didn't have any cards. So, the talking was, I found it easier than I thought because everyone was changing all the time. And then...
I was a little speed networking type.
Yeah, and that was good for me. And I went there especially for that so that I could say things 100 times.
Nice.
It was more about that than getting anyone and so on.
Yeah.
But then at the end, when people did want to, because she did say at the end, make sure that you've got something to give, have an action. And of course, I totally forgot about saying,
My event's coming up.
I just didn't even worry about that. But I did get people wanting to connect. And I was, so people gave my card, let's do this, let's do that. So I did follow up, immediately sent them a message and got messages straight away.
Did you friend them?
No, I haven't done that.
You have to friend them on
friend
Facebook.
them.
That's the fastest way you're going to build a following and people seeing your movements and you starting to become top of mind with those people.
Yeah.
So the minute like we're in a room with people, either like Francesca says she does it on the spot, but I can come home with the cards and I actually didn't remember her name, so I went to the event group trying to figure out what her surname was to find her on Facebook, then found her, friended her, and of course as soon as you friend them you send them an inbox, because that's what people fail to do. They don't send you an inbox. Therefore, you kind of, I don't accept them, then I'll send them one back to say, who are you? in the nicest way possible.
No, this is really simple, but it just reminds me. So this is why I don't have a profile picture of a dog or of a children or of anything, because how can anybody find you?
That's right.
Have that as your background picture, do whatever you want anywhere else, but you need to have your profile picture.
And now on Facebook you can have a video, like a recorded 3 or 5 second video. Hey, I'm Natasha Denman, so people see a little bit of your energy.
So you can pin that to the top, right?
No, it just
it's
happens.
actually on where your profile picture is. You can actually change it to video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll show you something. I'll show you.
Have you done yours yet or not?
I haven't done mine, but Francesca.
What do you reckon though? Do you...
I don't know, like if you look at it on a device, it can freeze very weird.
Yeah.
So obviously you might get a very strange, absolutely one of those faces.
Yeah.
Even the Facebook Live thing.
See, look here. So see Francesca. So now it's just loading.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we click on it, maybe it'll show us.
Hi, my name is Francesca Moy, the Meet and Queen. Make sure you click on follow. See you soon.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, Okay, how do you stop this?
Yeah. So you can do it on your mobile device.
I did see that the other day. Oh,
Yeah. I think when you're posting on groups, it'll have your still picture, and then if people go to your profile, it'll have your little video. There you go.
Interesting.
Yeah. So all sorts of things are happening.
Oh, apparently the new like button's happening today.
Yes.
I haven't looked at it.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it yet, but I just read it on a blog. The new Facebook like
Heart, smileys, and all sorts of
heart, smileys, different things.
And it's sad.
So thumbs
So-
down.
Oh, check
I
that.
think they didn't introduce thumbs down. They were going to have a dislike button, but they thought that was going to create all sorts of
But they've got a sad.
Yeah, so like if someone
sad
said,
face.
yeah, so my mum's just passed or whatever it might be, and people were liking it. That just never seemed
It
right.
never seemed right. That's
Never
right.
seen.
I know they were doing it with the
But you
intention
do
of
it
But a
support.
sad
And
face is
supporting
alright.
Yeah, so
because
It
Yeah.
hasn't changed yet. So.
not yet.
No,
Alright,
you
we'll
have to
look after
put
lunch.
when you go to post.
Yeah.
You get the like, push and hold the like.
Yeah.
Oh, yours hasn't come up. Maybe, is that the app?
No, that's, yeah.
Yeah, maybe they haven't updated the app.
Oh yeah, of course, because it's an app on the phone, maybe on it.
We
Yeah,
can
'cause
have
it-
a look
I
at
used to-
Yeah.
this later.
Yeah.
So today's content, we're going to go through 4 sections. Before morning tea, we're going to go through 2 weeks to go, final efforts and preparation essentials. And then in the second half of the content section, we're going to go through the PowerPoint creation and your call to action steps, because those are the things you need to have ready to execute this event in the next 2 weeks.
10:30 or 10:45
What's that?
morning tea.
About 10:30? Yeah. I'll go to sneeze. Oh. No, I won't. Alright.
Yeah, so that's...
So 2 weeks to go, final efforts. Basically, we've kind of already started chatting about this, but never stop promoting until 2 hours before your event. Sometimes you get 3 to 5 extras, if not more. And people like I think Francesca's afternoon event had 3 people, like when she got to Melbourne. And her event was on Wednesday that week. This was a couple of weeks ago. And by calling people up, they sort of moved a couple of people from the morning to the afternoon because actually it suited them better. And then she had 2 or 3 walk-ins as well. So don't be surprised I wouldn't be surprised tonight if we have a lot of walk-ins and people who haven't firmly bought a ticket. I mean, you want to avoid it. Of course, you want everyone to have committed because you can't rely on a walk-in. But I have had walk-ins in my events. I would say if you anticipate maybe 1 or 2, it doesn't, or none, right? But you can have those last few. You know that picture's like, what should I wear tonight to my workshop? The A or B option. That will be one where you can get people's interest piqued and they'll go, oh, I'm going to come along. Get your pre-event email logistics ready. Okay, so this is another homework piece we can write down for everyone to have prepared a 10 days out, a 3 days out, and a 24 hours out email. In the Dropbox, I will put my 10 days out, 3 days out, 1 day out emails, and you guys can model that for your own event. Okay, so Stuart, if you can just put Nat to put sample emails into the Dropbox.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the key things that I do at the 10 days out email, which Anita, for you would be coming up tomorrow, but you don't have any, do you have anyone booked in?
I've got some interest.
Interest.
And yeah, they seem genuinely interested, but I need to inbox them.
Right,
to
so
say,
this is assuming obviously there is people booked in to come.
Yeah.
I would send out an email with, this is where you're going to go, this is where you're going to park, what time you're going to arrive, is there going to be any food provided, you know, what sort of, do they need to bring a snack or whatever it is. So in this 10-day email out, I also invite them to, I always keep 2 or 3 spots in the room because I love to go along with my partner to events, so we both pick up different insights and learnings and then discuss them afterwards. So I actually offer the opportunity for them to bring a friend with their paid ticket so that, you know, they get the same learning. And what this does, it just boosts the numbers in the room. But a lot of the time, you guys would have heard me say this, a lot of the time that friend has ended up purchasing whatever it is. So, and they're a lot more committed and qualified rather than say, you're just giving away a few free tickets.
Yeah.
Make sense? Okay, 3 days out, again, you might say, oh look, we've got 1 more of those tickets left. You want them to email you back with the person's email, mobile and name so that you can add them on the list. Yeah? And then 24 hours out is kind of see you tomorrow. So I always paste in what I have put in the 10 days out, like around the logistics, but then I have something additional, I would say. And once these are set in stone, pretty much, all you need to be changing is where dates, venue, and anything different that you're going to put on. But really the template of these 3 emails is exactly the same.
Would you say with the 1 day out again?
It says see you tomorrow.
Just see you tomorrow. Okay.
See you tomorrow in the subject line. Again, really excited, got myself ready and can't wait for you guys. You know, if there's any last minute thing that you need to tell them that you haven't in the previous emails, then you tell them there. But here are the logistics from previous emails I've sent in case you haven't seen them. Because remember, people don't always open their emails, so this is why we're sending them 3 times. It's also reminding them. you might want to also, in early days, I don't do this in mine, but maybe I should as well. If people know in actually the 10 days out, in all of them, you might even towards the bottom, PS, if you know someone that would enjoy the event, forward them the link, forward them this email with the link to register, and that might be just another way of them going, oh, that's easy, because they might have lost the link of how they registered. They're booked in, they've got their ticket, but if you just put the link in, actually, that would be also, actually, can you write that on the list? Tell Lindy to add links of the events. Just as many ways for you to give the link out to people as possible. Yeah? Okay. 10 days out. Triple your efforts in these last 10 to 14 days. Okay? So for you guys, not only triple, quadruple, sixtuple, right? You gotta be picking up the phone, ringing even your closest, nearest friends and family. If they can come along to support you and create that bodies, we always count bodies in the room. So for Thursday, for tonight, on Monday we go, okay, well there's 3 bodies in the room at the moment, me, Jane and Rod, right? And then we had a couple of people book in, okay, that's 5, and then we started to get some of the $5 stickers. So I think we're up to 12, 15, I don't know what it is. But we turn up anyway. It doesn't matter. You turn up and you go and you do it and all that sort of stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can't get your ideal client to this very first one, get some people. Yeah. Get the ones that are going to support you. If you can film it, that will be awesome for your own feedback. But for you, this is actually more for you, for your own personal growth. Yeah. I think the first few events are always for our own growth over the monetization side of things.
And another thing that you guys can do, which would work pretty well. So especially this is really great if you've created the event within Facebook, because you will invite a lot of people. A lot of people are going to see it this way.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got a VIP ticket, or make something up that you've got a VIP one-off. Hey guys, really excited. What I've decided to do for this event is actually give one of you a chance to come along, totally complimentary on me, for a so not just the standard entry, because it's got to be valuable. So at a VIP price, totally on me. So value it at, so build up what it would cost for someone to purchase that. So say the VIP ticket's $97. All I need you to do is PM me why you should. So PM, got to be an inbox. Why you should get this free ticket. Because if 10 people or 5 people inbox you, give one of them away, like you do, so you be authentic, but you of course now contact the other people and say, look, unfortunately you didn't get this. However, why don't you come along, I'll give you a standard ticket for half price. Yeah. Because you've bothered to step up and do this. So you've got conversations with these people. That's what we've done before on a different, for something else. But to get just some interest, make them feel, look, you can come along, it's not just a standard entry, because everyone goes, oh, workshops, do I go, if they're weighing it up. Build up the value of it. This is on me, inbox you. So we've done it before, free ticket. First person to come gets a free ticket. This is a simple term, but if 4 people contact us, take it.
Yeah.
So you still be authentic, and you give one of them.
They all have some kind of an interest.
Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it. So then give them something, make them feel special for contacting you, and say, look, even if you still hadn't committed yet, you come, here you go, as my guest, come as a half price general admission ticket. Alright, so do that, especially so create the group within Facebook, because you get a lot more people seeing that
it
post.
Could be also a good strategy. How you said you've got 10 people going and 11 people interested. Yeah. It could be a good strategy to inbox them yourself when you're saying, hey, you've clicked interested or going. This is what I'm running a little VIP contest today.
VIP giveaway,
Giveaway for one person, and you might ask a question that you want the answer to. So start to get them interacting. The more they interact with you, the more committed they are to spending more time with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that could be also another way of follow up. Getting people to do things even through the logistics emails. You might want to give them a little bit of homework pre-event to think about for themselves, and sometimes them doing that little bit of homework gets them to again be used to taking instruction from you, because ultimately we are coaches, trainers, mentors, and if people start doing stuff for us for their own good, then they're more likely, they're saying yes to us multiple times. You should have seen how many times Scott Harris got people to say yes in the event the other night. These super duper entrepreneurs who like are really good at their sales processes and all that sort of stuff, they're constantly getting the agreement frames, like yes or no, and everything is geared towards you saying yes. I mean, literally well over 100 times. I could notice it, and it was really annoying me. But I still had to do all that stuff, you know, because I don't want to be a non-participant.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You don't sit there. I was sitting at the front stage as well, so yeah. But yeah, he was getting people to say yes a lot of times. A lot. Okay. And that's, I guess, another way of getting a bigger group to interact with you rather than, because you can't get questions so much from a group of
I've seen Tony Robbins do the same. Some of the
He's
videos.
trained by Tony Robbins.
So that logistics email where you get people to do homework beforehand, that's for people that have booked, yeah?
Yes. Yes. Well, logistics only go to people who have booked.
Yeah.
You don't send logistics to.
No. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so offer a big buddy, which we said in the 10 days email, talk about it out networking. So out networking, like if your event's coming up, really look for as many possibilities where you can actually be with people in a room live, because that's where you have the most commitment. What's better than a phone call is like see someone live in a room and say, hey, this is happening. And sometimes in those last 5 days, 7 days, they might go, oh, it's not too far away, they know their schedule, they might go, yeah, that'll be a great other opportunity. And sometimes, you know, events like, you know, like for example, I'm talking tonight, but I also say to people, look, come and hear me talk, but it's also a great opportunity to network with other business owners and things like that.
Yeah, just a different way of saying it. So if you're at networking events here at yourself, so some of the things you can be saying to them is turn it back on them. So why were you here tonight? What brought you to this event? And listen to what they're saying. So if they say, oh, well, I'm looking at making more connections, or I'm looking at doing this, I'm looking at do that, and then you can just suddenly say, well, look, if you value those things and that's what you do, like maybe you'd be interested in coming along to this workshop where there'll be networking events. I'm running it here, here, and here. So you're not just saying, come to my event. Let them know why they should be coming. So if they value the connection, you'll have some more people to connect with here. Plus, I'll run you through. You know, everyone's been afraid of something in business, haven't you? And normally be business owners, well, come along to this workshop. There's another way of doing it.
Yeah, exactly. So what I want to spend a few minutes talking about is what else can you do in the last 10 to 14 days, aside from, you know, some of the things we've already mentioned. You know, can anyone, you know, where do you think you would tap into? Because you all say, I need to be doing more, but I want to know what specifically is that more. Because remember we went through all the 10 different things, yeah.
I'm also in the process of talking with the Mayor of Monash Council about domestic violence. So,
Okay.
Yeah, we're just trying to, she wants to talk to me. I sent a message to her, we just haven't caught each other at the right time, but she wants to involve me in a meeting.
Okay.
So doing things like that.
Yes.
But also the schools. I think I need to contact schools and kindergartens.
So really, the things that you need to be doing when I talk about this, there need to be something that's going to eventuate an instant or a quicker turnaround of a commitment.
Yeah.
Because your meeting with the mayor is great, but that might be a longer term strategy where you're developing a relationship and then getting supported by them to, yeah. So what are some more instant things?
So I was going to suggest with the schools too, if you've got a contact, or at this stage you've got me as one school, is asking if it can be put in their newsletter.
Yeah.
That would be a quick response rather than having to have, like you would meet for a short meeting, but then if they can put in there, then everyone would know about it.
Yeah.
And the newsletter comes out weekly?
Weekly.
Fortnightly.
Ours is weekly, our school one's
It had
weekly.
changed to fortnight, new principles, so I'm not sure because I'm not there all the time now.
Sure.
So I'm not sure, but there are lots of schools, but yeah.
And do parents read these newsletters?
Yes.
Well, do you know what? There are some who don't, and then there's those who read them all the time.
Well, you can choose either.
Correct.
So we choose email.
Because I don't get them all and don't read them, but okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Still might not be. It might be a medium, not an instant.
Yeah, it's
I think it's a medium,
'cause
not
they
an
don't know
instant.
her.
So you'll have your instant results, your medium efforts, and your long-term planting the seed. Like when I went to meet those people at the Tuesday night, like I'm thinking of that being a long-term relationship building. I don't know when or if I will get a gig with them, but I want to be friends. That's my whole intention, and whatever it eventuates, it might not eventuate in that kind of a collaboration. Might be something completely different. Yeah. They might want to write a book.
You might get a double date couple.
Right. Who knows? Just I guess when you're further in business as we are, we can be more relaxed about it because it's like, okay, we'll eventuate in whatever it needs to be. The fact of the matter is I've connected with people who have got a network, and who are those people around me that, so maybe even also think about your relationships that you're developing. Who are you spending most of your time with? Like you said, James, that you had an opportunity to send an email to a list to someone from BNI?
Yeah, well,
yes.
BNI.
What is his business?
He's a graphic designer, web designer.
Okay, so he would have business owners in the database. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, awesome.
So he's got a large list that he's going to throw it out too, and he's happy to do that.
So to get a gig like that, guys, in the early days, it's really, it's a good thing. Like that can reap some instant results. Now, your event is 13 days away on the 9th.
Yeah.
That's what we worked out because Anita's was 8 or 7? 8?
No.
8.
Was it? Oh, the 8.
Yours is the 8.
James,
so
just quickly,
12 days.
is he going to write the email or are you providing him with the email and then he'll send it?
I think he's going to send the link out to his list. So
okay, so
I've got to contact him to see if he's actually sent it out or not.
Yeah.
So
and
what
then,
we do...
Then send him some copy to go out. Because I'm doing something similar for him because he's doing a webinar and he's like anyone else.
You're doing a swap.
Yeah, so he sent me a copy for his webinar.
Support each other, yeah.
So I'll send it out to my list and Facebook.
So let me teach you something about other people's lists and tapping into them and all this sort of stuff. Because certainly you can get to a point where you can do the swaps. So what you just missed, Andrea, was that James is... okay. You can hear from them. So I last year did a lot of webinar swaps where I hosted a webinar for their database. They hosted one for mine. And therefore we tapped into each other's lists. We created 3 emails as the promotions. Now, it is your responsibility, and I would say it's a good thing to take responsibility to create the content of the email, not just send a link. That's just got nothing. So really, you remember we said sexy copy? Well, you need to write a sexy email in order for that person to send to the list. So Con, for example, who is my photographer at the 2-day brand accelerator, he said to me, Nat, would you like me to send something to my list about it, because he's kind of sponsoring, let's say, the event in some way because he's taking the photography. His brand is being exposed to the people who are going to be in the room, and vice versa. He goes, well, we want to work together to get as many people in the room because then we both benefit, right? So Stuart sat down and wrote a sexy email and then forwarded it to Con. And then Con, all he needs to do is plug it into his system and send it out. Now, of course, Con needs to read it to make sure that it's in the voice he wants it portrayed. And we try to write as if we're Con, yeah? So then you're making the life of that person really easy, and they just go cut and paste. The lady who ran the Go Festival a few weeks ago, she offered an opportunity for us to email her database with an offer. And she said, hey guys, even though the festival's finished, if you want me to email something, I want to help you. So I said, Stuart, I will never say no to someone else emailing a list of my ideal clients. So Stuart pulled together another email, and then we forwarded it with her with an image. Like, we made her life just easy so she can plug and send it out. This has happened many times. It happens more and more now. In the early days, it's really tough to get into someone else's list. What you've got here as an opportunity is great at this stage of your business. How many times I wished I could do that? People are just not going to let you near their list unless they trust you.
Yeah.
So it will just really give you an idea if you're not sure what you write. So it'll be something along the lines of, my good friend James Bernard from Dunk 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 was telling me about that. I was talking to him the other night, and he was telling me about a new event that he's got up and running. I knew that this was going to be such high value to my community that I just decided that I wanted to share it with you. James is running the workshop on Dong Dong Dong. Why this would be great for you, because knowing again the situation, he's going to be covering this, and this. Now, when I think back to my business, I really found that was exactly something that I need. So you're writing it from him.
Yeah.
They already got the relationship with him. They want to do what he does, what's valuable to him. So that's how you'd write it. And you do a little bit of research, understand their terms. So if you've ever heard them use a certain term, you put that in, and then you just say, look, read through it. You can, if I was saying to you, I'd say, James it up.
Yeah.
So put your language. If there are any words that you don't use, change that.
Yeah.
But this person then goes, love it. You've done, as Nat said, you've done everything for me.
I mean, Wes sent me a copy.
Rather than saying, hey, I'm
and
going to
it's
send
like
you the link.
this long.
So
Yeah.
he sent you one?
Yeah.
See, we've had that as well.
And it's like this long.
See, then what I did is I wrote back, we had someone do a swap, they gave me that, I said, my people will not read that,
Yeah.
so
You have to.
Yeah.
I have to understand and know it, so your people might be detailed, mine won't respond to that.
But he did say adapt and
Yes,
Exactly.
of course.
accordingly. So
So he's giving you plenty to work
Yeah.
with, and you can cut out some paragraphs and all that.
Yeah.
After all, you're sending it to your list, so you also have to be protective of your list. Like same
Yeah.
as like when we are, if we're doing something for someone else,
Yeah.
you have to like it's like putting a speaker on your stage. You want the speaker to make you look same or better, same as your email. Your person that you're gonna promote, you want them to make you look same, equal, or better. Yeah, people in America do it really, really well, like cross-promoting one another, don't they? You've seen it probably, someone's list that you're on, and then they're promoting someone else. Like so many people, like they're just, I guess that few of them have their little clique and maybe still follow, but they keep like doing it for one another, and it's great because sometimes they've got affiliate things set up and all this sort of stuff, and it works really well. But that's for down the line. To always look for opportunities to tap into someone else's database, and sometimes you can, even if you don't have a big one, you don't necessarily have to do a proper swap where, hey, I've got 2,000, you've got 2,000, let's do a swap because that's equal and all that sort of stuff. If there is something of really good value but it's not in competition for their target market, who's also yours, then if you approach them well and work out what would be the win-win, they'll let you do it. Yeah?
Yeah.
So it just has to be a really valuable resource that complements what they do, but it's not in competition with what they do. Okay?
I mean, I don't know how big his list is. He just said he'd send it out to his list. So
Doesn't matter.
yeah, no, I'm happy with that.
Even
yeah.
if it's one person, one extra
Yeah.
person that finds out about your
Yeah.
event. Once you create this templated email, then it's going to be a lot easier to do future ones. So it's almost like, again, you keep them as with your 10 days, 3 days and 24 hours out. You keep some kind of a standard thing. I mean, I don't know, Stuart, do you always start from scratch with them?
With
With emails for other people's lists?
no, you use a baseline,
Base one, yeah.
but it's a lot of adaptation to them. I make sure I learn a bit about who
A
they
little
are.
bit
So.
about them, yeah. But yeah, so you can, when you're starting out, you can have some kind of a template and then adapt maybe a few paragraphs to their target market, so they know that it's relevant for them.
And if they're an owner of a certain group, always reference their group. So that gives them
And
validity.
recognition and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. What else can you do instantly, like to get some results? So phone calls, you can get instant results with a phone call. Going out networking, and actually booking people in the room if they were interested. Have your iPad nearby. Remember what I said? You can have like your Eventbrite book link, but bookmarked, and actually say, "Hey, I can book you in here and now."
Yeah, I suppose it's text messages or something like that.
Text message, that's good. Yeah.
Facebook groups.
Yeah.
Facebook groups on their offer days. So lists of groups that where you can promote, but obviously you need to be turning up there more regularly than just going on pitch day. Pitch day is not just the day to go and then wonder why no one's taking any action. Yeah.
And some groups don't allow you to either. There are some groups that don't allow you to.
Well,
Promote.
yeah, some groups may not fully don't have an offer day. Like we've got the offer day, we've got event day on Monday and an offer day on Tuesday. It kind of gives you two opportunities, to put something up. But again, I would be tying in a story with the post, or maybe doing a little bit of a video, not a post that just has that link that pops up. Like I would avoid the direct link in the post. I would put the link, hey, if I'm doing a video, in the comment below is the link where you can register for this event.
Yeah.
I did think
Even better, team up with one buddy. So get one person that's going to be your massive support, and get them to write something like, "Can you? That sounds awesome. Where's the link?"
So the sheep effect type thing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And what I did yesterday, once you have got other buddies, you can do this. So I wanted to get more people in my rooms in Adelaide and Perth coming up, and I inboxed 5 people from each of those cities that I've met before, and let me just show you where it is. Alright, here it is. Hello my Perth buddies, as you may or may not know, I'm coming up on 7th of March to do my intro author event at the Vic in Subiaco. As always, you're all welcome to attend this complimentary, and I wanted to ask a favour if you're up for supporting and helping me out to share this event with your network on social media. You don't need to respond in this message, so you're not getting the notifications from everyone after. Here is a little post I have put together, so it's easier for you to just cut and paste. Only if you want to. Please let me know if you will attend so I can add you to my list. At the moment I have 11 booked from Facebook ads and it's going well. Just wanted to give it a personal push. I'd love 25 in the room. Love that. And then I wrote their post. A great friend and mentor of mine, Natasha Denman, the Optimum for the Author, will be making a trip to Perth soon. She hosts an amazing half-day workshop called blah blah blah. She only makes it out to Perth once a year and host this cool workshop. She has given me a gift for my network of 5 times $30 tickets instead of the normal $49, and you receive a copy of her book, Ultimate 40-Hour Authors, when you arrive at the workshop as part of your ticket. It will be on this date. Don't buy your ticket here, go here. If you're going, then say I will be there, and hope to see some of you there as well. So that's what I did around yesterday to get 5 of my people, who I'm actually 3 of them in Perth were my authors, and 2 were that I have a good little friendship happening because we've just been sort of hanging out on social media. And Adelaide, similar, I've got a couple of authors there plus 3 that have been coming to my regular coffee chats and really want to come to the half day. So you can do that, and then someone else posting up about your event is a lot more powerful than you posting for yourself. So can you think of someone else?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even like Andrea, you could ask Francesca to do it on her group.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you've got a good relationship with her. And once I'm coming up to Brisbane, I mean Brisbane will be the next focus, she'll be posting that up left, right and centre for me. You know, the Gold Coast and Brisbane workshops. So who are your little buddies? You know, that you have built a little bit of an online relationship that you can send. So see how I pre-wrote it for them as well? And 1 out of 10 has already posted it. Like to, you know, and you're not going to get every single one of those, even though I am pretty close with all of those 10 people. They're not all going to do it. But I thought I'd ask, and maybe I'll ask another 5, because I have more than 5 people in each of those cities now. Maybe I'll ask another few in a week's time, because I don't want it to then get flooded with the same type of post at the same time. Yeah? So pre-write stuff for people. You must just like when you're asking to be a speaker, you're preparing a speaker bio, and their life is so easy. You rock up, you know, at the speaking, you have your little iPad, you know, they loved it at PSA Sydney the other week. The fact that I timed myself. They didn't have to time me. I had my timer with the yellow countdown clock here on the side of my iPad, and I timed myself. I also left 5 minutes of questions, so I knew it really keeps you on track, because sometimes you might say you've got an hour and you've only gone through half your slides, and then you realise there's 5 minutes to go and then you rush it. Like this, I was able to pace myself of how long I would speak on every slide, and then also pace myself to finish 5 minutes earlier so we can have open Q&A. And they wrote me the most glowing testimonial, how professional I was and all that sort of stuff. Yeah? Cool? Maybe 2 more things that you can do instantly. What else?
ask?
Yes.
With that asking someone to promote something,
Yes.
if I've met them twice, do you think that's enough to private message, or do you think it's too soon?
You need to figure out in your gut whether you have
Yeah.
enough rapport with that person.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes you could hit it off with some people
Yeah.
so much. Like when Francesca and I met, and I spoke at her event, and then we had a couple of only meetings, and then she's staying at my house. A couple of months later, we hit it off, and he was like so friendly.
Yeah.
Actually, we had a Skype meeting also before we met. So yeah, you just got to tell. Sometimes you're not comfortable with people. Yeah. What else can you do that's instant?
Flyers in letterbox near where you're having the venue.
You could, yes, or approaching other businesses
Yeah,
who.
I was thinking, is it really instant though? Because I don't know you from Barra so either. But
Yeah.
that'd be more long term out, wouldn't it? Hey, I'm having an event here, just so I let you know. And
How about approaching, sorry,
Yeah,
just
go.
because of something you said, approaching businesses, people that you know
Yes.
that can promote for you. So if you know, like, whatever the business may be.
Where there's been some rapport, like
So,
James's BNI group, he would
Yeah.
have a lot of rapport with the members in there.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
could get them all to promote.
Yeah, I mean, they're not
But-
all going to. Also,
No.
you would ask the ones that are potentially going to have your target market anyway.
Yeah.
You don't want everyone to,
No.
you know, a hairdresser to promote your event to just the general public. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's those who are in contact with the market. Yeah.
Yours would be the accountants, the bookkeepers, people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else is there? So we've done the flyer networking. I know. I'm just trying to think. Jenny Cartwright in Sydney, the lady I stayed with, her business, her book is called Don't Get Hung Up, and she's done cold calling all this time. But the people that she gets into her room, she uses her database to pick up the phone and just ring them and invite them, and she fills her rooms. She goes, I just got to do X amount of calls and I get that many people in the rooms. So it works, guys. I haven't done it myself because now I've just kind of done those little things that.
So is that where what I understood was, so when you have a database, or even, so when you've got the database, you can bring up and call those people.
Yeah. I mean, you all would have some kind of a database at the moment, so you can ring up and, be talking to them. But yeah, she basically came to Melbourne, and her one-day event is $390, so her introductory thing is quite high. It's not like a $30 or a $50 or a $100 thing. But yeah, she rings them, talks to them, gets them in, and she had 7 or 8 people in Melbourne. I think her groups are between 8 and 12 that she gets for that one day. And then she does it in Sydney. She's been around for 25 years. And she goes, never fails. She goes, I just get up, pick up the phone. She's got all these 4 handsets at her house. They're all charging all at once. Her whole business she's grown is through the phone. She doesn't do anything else. And I said, obviously you get bums on seats this way, and I get it through all the other ways.
It works for you and you're comfortable
works,
with
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're desperate, I'm just saying is that this is an option.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll probably think about some more throughout the day, but I hope you've been writing some of these down to know, as action points. All right. Preparation essentials. All right. Number 1 is build your PowerPoint with 10 days to go. Okay. Nothing worse than, I never feel prepared personally. I never feel prepared for an event unless when my PowerPoint's ready, I feel I'm ready. Okay, because I've got my little crutch, if you like, so this doesn't happen now with 10 days to go. Like today's PowerPoint, I was doing it in Sydney last week, which was, 8 days to go. I knew this was coming up. I could have sat and done this last night, but I wouldn't have felt as prepared.
Totally agree.
Yeah. So when the PowerPoint's ready, I feel like I'm 90% there. Because I don't tend to practice. I don't recommend you not practicing in the early days, because I did. One of my first presentations I practiced every day for an hour. It only went for 45 minutes. And I did the whole presentation every day for 2 weeks. Because I was that worried about, will I have enough to say? Will it cover, the time and all that sort of stuff. The more you do it, your first 2 or 3 events you practice, after that, if you have a lot more booked in, your practice happens on the stage. Yeah, in front of people. So, practice your delivery daily if need be. And this is why I say have it 10 days out.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I did a 10-minute, okay, it's only a 10-minute thing for BNI.
Yes.
And my first one was absolutely appalling.
Yes.
But the second one I took I listened to a thing from Tony Robbins where he says, perfect practice makes perfect, where you imagine yourself presenting it.
Yes.
And I did that every day for 3 days before I did my 10-minute thing, and it was far, far better than even I expected it to be.
So you would do more of visualization?
Yes.
Yes. I do a visualization the night before, or even just before the event starts. Like, I like to go into the room really early, like hour, even sometimes a little bit more than an hour, so that I have almost a half an hour sort of breathing room and all that sort of stuff. Like, for me, preparing the computers this morning, like, you know, at 8:45 is very unusual. Do you know what I mean? I would have been all set up and just click a few buttons and we're off we go, right? Now, yes, I do a visualization. Usually my visualization involves me feeling really at ease and natural, and other people in the audience interacting and smiling. So it's always kind of the same, and imagining obviously how many people there would be and all of that sort of stuff.
Because I was going to get people up to do an action and stuff, so it was actually getting them to participate. So I needed to visualise it.
Yes.
That my actions would encourage them to do that.
Yes.
And to have the positive outcome I wanted from it. So
yeah. Good. Yeah. So visualizations are super powerful of what your intention is going to be. Sometimes even I write a goal for the outcome of the event. So in the back of a book or something, you know how I've taught you guys to do goals, like it's the whatever date and I have blah, 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 and I feel like here I see. Yeah. So sometimes I write like a whole page, A4, A5, in a notebook that I always have for notes, and I'll go, it's 5 p.m. on this date and I have just finished running this event, and this is how many people took my qualifying conversation, say it's my author workshop, and this is how many people have eventuated into choosing to do their their book with us, and I feel, I hear, I see. I also talk about how was the event, what sort of things people did, and they were a bubbly group or whatever it was. And so sometimes I write a goal. I used to do a lot in my earlier events because I was just, I guess, extra nervous and I had more time to be able to like sort of design it, almost pre-design it in my head, and by writing a goal for it. Yeah?
Yep.
All right. Create some cheat notes just in case. I used to have like, again, an A4 piece of paper. Say if I was delivering 3 key topics, and then I had a story that I would support that, what I was explaining, then I would write what that story is, and just have them like maybe in different boxes on the paper, and the paper would just sit on the side somewhere, and I would just go up to it if I got stuck or I needed to refer to it, and that's not bad. That's also really good if your PowerPoint fails. For the corporate workshop the other day, I go, let's not muck around here. I'm sure everything will be fine. I mean, I've never had like techie failure where I haven't been able to use a PowerPoint, but I actually printed off my PowerPoint in, you know how you can do 3 per page? I just printed it off and put it in my bag, just as a backup. And you can do that with, like, rather than say having an A4 sheet of notes, you can print off your PowerPoint that way, and you can write your little prompters next to each slide on the little notes. You've seen that, haven't you guys?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's okay to have some cheat notes in the early days until you become really comfortable at externalizing. What will happen is the more you externalize your content, the more distinctions and things you will think to say. Yeah. So this is where people then struggle to keep in the time frame. Initially you go, how am I going to fill this time? After you go, how am I going to keep it concise to the most important things I need to say? Makes sense? Create a list of what to take. So again, you've done that. I've got a list that can get you started. Everyone's list is going to be the same. My list differs for what I take to expos, differs what I take when I go into state, differs what I take when I go to retreat. I mean, there's similar things, but sometimes they're way more, a lot more to carry, and sometimes they're just the minimum if I'm on a plane of what I'm going to take. So just a checklist, and then keep it, write this one's for exposed, this one's for all the different things. But sometimes you can have your whole one of everything you can possibly think, and then as you're packing, you can go, oh no, I don't need this for this one. At least you're prompting yourself, do I need this or don't I need this? Make sense? So that way you don't have 10 lists, you have one of all the things you can possibly take. There might be 25, 30, but you take 10 or 15. Think about your upsell and create a handout, okay? People like to hold something, okay? Rather than sort of saying, hey, I've just got this session, let's say it's a session bundle. I used to do 2 sessions for my weight loss when I did the weight loss stuff, 2 customized one-on-one sessions, ebook version of my book, unlimited email coaching, and then value was $400. I was charging $200 an hour. If you want to get it, it's $40, so 90% off. And if you buy it in the room today, it's $30. Okay, so I just kept discounting it. And most people, 70% of the room, and I handed out the thing, so they always said, yes, I'm interested in the thing, the bundle, and then the details and how I would charge, how they would pay at the bottom. So either can be an A4 or an A5 handout, but definitely something for them to hold on to. Make sense? Yep.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I'm going to create some of those for the upcoming masterclass. Now, it's always good to have only one upsell, okay? Sort of one direction of where you want to take. Now, but I will break my own rule at the masterclass. I'm going to have 3 options for people because we're going to have a room of 70 people. And yes, my ultimate is I would like to have more people into my retreat, but some people are yet not ready, or they may need different support before they would come into a retreat. So what I'm going to have is either an inner circle option. I'm going to have we're going to run some hot seat days in this house. So our mastermind is our little team here that's going to go a whole year. But I thought, why not introduce some hot seat days where we do 8 people max. We charge $4.97 and so it would be 45-minute segments. I only came up with this idea the other night after Scott's workshop. 45 minutes per person in a hot seat because there's 4 segments in the day that go for 90 minutes. So we go hour and a half break, hour and a half lunch, hour and a half break, hour and a half. So in case you're curious how people run events, actually that's how it's in 90-minute segments. You don't want your crowd or your group to be focusing any longer than 90 minutes. Okay, you give them, so there's always 4 90 minutes in one day. So you then split. So then I thought, okay, well, 8 people, 45 minutes. That's almost like a personalized coaching session in a group setting though, but with the other people also shout, say giving ideas and all that. And then they get to observe what happens for the other 7, or if there's less, say there's 4 people in the room, you do 90 minutes per person. Just like we did the other day, we divide our time according to how many people are there, so it's fairly distributed. And then you learn from each other's ideas, don't you? Yeah. So I said, why don't I do that? Because obviously they can't really come into, say, a Bums on Seats mastermind where the group's already, say, created. We said we're going to do it, promote up until March. But they could come into a hot seat day, which is a once-off day. They may want to do more than one hot seat day in a year. We might schedule, say, one every 2 months or whatever it's going to happen. So I thought, well, those that can't be authors, wouldn't be authors or ready for that immediately, they could either just become online option, offline option, and then obviously retreat qualification if that's what they were ready for. So you can do that. It's because it's going to be a 2-day event. Like, over a 2-day you can give them, and the brain loves 3. So that's why 3. But what your next step in your event really should be is, to have some kind of a conversation or a session to experience the value on a one-on-one way with you, so that they would then be given the option of A, B or C, your table of value. So you're ultimately moving towards the 3 options, but if you can just make it simple from your intro event into that next sort of more customized conversation, then that works well. Never did any of those that took up that two sessions for $30. Never did, only one ever didn't continue on being a client. So don't be scared of giving a couple of sessions, because it starts to give them that continuity, and they start seeing a little bit of a benefit rather than once off, we've had a chat and off you go, you disappear for the rest of, the time. Give them a little bit, it's a little bit more work at the front end, but some of those clients stayed around for 3 years. Actually, when I was having Zara, I said, I'm having a baby. It was a good excuse to let them go.
So you're saying in the upsell, doing a one-on-one offer that's
Potentially, it depends
reduced, but are you suggesting to give them 2 free sessions to really cement that connection?
To build a relationship.
Yeah. Okay.
If that's the outcome, ultimately you want to have your high-paying one-on-one clients, if it's coaching or mentoring or consulting. Yeah. If that's the intention. If your intention is to do more one-to-many, then your upsell in a low-cost event will be to whatever your 1 day or 2 day event might be. Makes sense? Like what Francesca does, she does her half day and she's got her $2,000 program, which is her 2 day. She still does some one-on-one. People still are interested in working with a one-on-one, but she doesn't actively promote it. So you just have to figure out what's the natural next step for people. Yeah. So James, in your one, are you thinking of getting them into like a discovery session? We won't call it that, but will your upsell be some kind of a conversation? Yeah.
So it's for a one-on-one. Yeah.
You know what I've seen some business coaches do is actually give people a month of I don't like to say free coaching, but actually they call it 1 month of coaching for whatever.
Yeah, I was actually toying with the idea of doing like a month's pro bono, so it's free, but you could call it pro bono rather than free. Because it sounds.
I know. I have still some
free,
kind
complimentary,
of 90% off. A month at a 90% off.
Yeah.
Something like that. Get them to commit something.
Yeah. Quite often people who pay money for something put more effort into those who get it for free.
Yeah, people who pay attention. Yeah, totally. Confirm with venue and ring 2 to 3 days to go with numbers. Venues always want to know your numbers. Initially, I just say, look, I'm aiming for 20, 25. People always say that, but I'll ring you. I'll know what the capacity of the room is, and then of course, you want to confirm and make sure that it all is good, because it's not uncommon that venues have double booked people. I think it was one of Francesca's people just the other day on her.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see that? She got double booked and then they scrambled and found a different venue.
Sorry, thank you.
And arrived 1 hour before start to set up and settle in. So this is where you can set up and actually sit down or go grab a coffee or whatever it is. Always tell the venue. So when you're booking a venue 9 to 1, it's really, I come in, bump in if you like, at 8 o'clock. And sometimes I'll be there 7:45. And if you can have a helper, then that's also great for the additional set of hands. So keep looking out for those people who are, say for example, Anita, you did like author retreat and all that sort of stuff, and you guys are pretty close in your November group. Like the November group's still going crazy in their message I was talking about.
Yeah.
Your message, they have like a little inbox message between all the authors and us, and it's been going crazy since 1 month before their retreat, and it's still really active. Whereas the Feb group was very quiet. I guess they were a smaller group, admittedly, but I was telling them about you guys, and James is in both, who helped us, and he said it's such a different dynamic. It's neither good or bad, but you guys are still going crazy. The reason I'm saying this is actually some of those people you've made good friends with, and the guys here, you guys could help each other in terms of crewing. So there's another body in the room, you know what I mean, to support one another to in your events, and it makes you look a lot more professional. Francesca likes to call them volunteers. I call them crew, I guess, because of the TCI days. Oh yeah, volunteer.
Well, they call them ninjas at TCI now.
Ninjas, yeah. So I'm a very bad person. Like I never think. So many people want to help me, but I never think to ask. And sometimes, like the book launch, I would have needed so many like helpers, and I just didn't ask because I just thought, we've always done it the way we have done it. But for me to relax, and for you guys to relax. It's so useful if you can have that person there, even if they're energetically just supporting you there, and you know that this person could become your interactor. Like me and Margaret Hyatt, who used to do workshops together, they were called Success with Style in my first year at one of her apartments in near the MCG. That's where she lives. We could hire out this little apartment that would fit 10 to 12 women, and she'd present for 90 minutes, break, and then 9 minutes. It was a half-day event. And the thing is, we were one another's support. Like if she asked the question of the audience, and if the audience were a little bit stiff to begin with, I'd say stuff. And vice versa, she would do it to me. And that's what you want to instruct your crew member as well to do, is be part of it. Like, you know, when I was crewing for Francesca, like the first event I attended her half day, said I'll help you out and whatever. And whenever she'd be in the group initially, it's only the first part until you get people talking. Once they get comfortable talking, it's fine. Yeah. So so think about, is there a buddy? Is there someone that you've been in a program with that you guys can support one another? And it doesn't have to be, not everyone's free all the time. Yes, we're all busy, but it doesn't hurt to ask, because then you will learn something.
Yeah, definitely.
You will learn. I bet you if I came to any of your workshops, I will learn something.
And the other thing I'd actually encourage it, because like in TCI, I thought, because I want to do workshops, I thought, I know, I'll volunteer for other people's workshops and get in there, and then I'll learn how to run workshops, how they run it, and all the other bits and pieces.
Yes.
And I got one person to say, yeah, you can come along. Only one. Out of all the loads of people at TCI run workshops, only one wanted me as a helper.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I was so surprised. I thought I'd get sort of, yeah, come along.
Do you think people get a bit territorial?
I don't know. I really
I don't know what
understand
that is, or they just think
I
they need help. Like, you know, maybe that's my, sometimes I don't want to bother someone else to come and help me.
I even went to some people who were actually having workshops and say, look, I'll be in the area, would you like me to help? I'm happy to, you know, come in and help you guys. And I'll think about it, I'll let you know. And nothing.
Yeah.
Really strange.
Also, sometimes they don't follow through with those workshops, you know, our oath, they cancel or delay. And unfortunately, the statistics are that only 3% of people actually, you know, really, really delve deep and go deep and achieve a result, especially when it comes with running events.
Yeah.
This is why you guys are sticking it out for 12 months, because, you know, there's going to be ups and downs. Like right now, none of you have anyone booked into your workshops. It's a tough place to be.
It's a challenge, yeah.
I'd be freaking out. If it was me, I was freaking out on Monday about UBS. I was like, Jane, what's going on? What have you done? And what do we need to do? And like, straight away, Stuart, go and beat me on Facebook. Go into all of these groups. Get some videos done. What else do we need to do? Who do we need to ring? Who do we need to tell that this night's coming up? You know, ring up all the regulars. Just pick up the phone. Ring Wendy. Ring Justin. You know, all these people that have been coming for 3 years, they may just not be aware for some reason or other. Scrambled to get people in. Yeah. $5 tickets. I don't care. I want people in the room. Yeah. Okay. So do as much as, you know, yes, we need to focus on the preparation and all that sort of stuff. But you know what? The preparation can happen at night. Yeah. At night, you're not going to be ringing anyone. Yes, you might do a bit of social media, but non-peak times, non-business hours are for preparation, and business hours are for hustling. Yeah? Cool. Morning tea!